Hi, it's Natalie here. I am just going to record a sequence that actually I created for the beginners part 2 course. So it's nice and gentle. I'll go at a nice slow pace. Please take it further if you need to, or make it more gentle if you need to. Always listen to your body. And yeah, grab yourselves mat, blocks, whatever you might need, and let's get started. Okay, we're starting in a comfortable seated position, whatever that might be for you. And let's just clench everything up, shoulders up to ears, eyes squeezed, mouth, chest, tummy, pelvic floor, buttocks, hands, everything, squeezing in, squeezing in, squeezing in. Take 2 more breaths on top of where you feel you can't take any more. And then big exhale. Completely release here, closing the eyes down. Taking a lovely cleansing breath. Just noticing the shoulders where they've dropped to. Noticing the spine. Have you got length there? All the way from the base of the spine up through to the crown of the head. Find the length. Find the softness. And then we begin to find the breath. A lovely even inhale and exhale. Taking the inhale all the way into the belly, imagining a third lung at the belly, and inflating, expanding and growing on the inhale, and that releasing down the exhale, navel to spine. Just work with that breath for a few more times until you really feel that this is your even breath. You might not have a count. You might even want to tuck the chin to make the exhale quite audible in the back of the throat, so you can really hear the exhale. With that exhale, it's grounding down into the earth, fluttering the eyes open. Welcome into the space that you have created for yourselves at home. We're going to begin with a twist to the right side. So you can keep the legs as they are now, or you can work with me with bringing that left foot back, so we've got the bend in the knee, and then the right foot comes over the top. If you're compromising, if that hip is coming right up, then you might need to bring the foot back here. We want to ensure that the seated bones are grounded, so find the lift, shoulders are back, and then we're going to twist towards the right side. So we can take that left hand just softly onto the knee at the moment, and then the right hand is going to come all the way back behind the body, and you'll notice the torso will have shifted round with the hand. Bring the body more upright if the twist changes. Can you bring head over heart over pelvis, keeping the alignment that you started with? Softness in the jaw. As you exhale, you twist a little bit further back to the back of the mat. And then we've got the last breath here before we come back through to centre. We come back through. Bring the feet together. Get yourself lined up once more, ready for the other side. So this time we're taking that right foot back, if you're following me, and the left foot over the top of the knee, ensuring that you feel grounded. Then when you're ready, you're taking that twist round to the left side this time, or the opposite side. See what you want to do with that hand. You might want to take the elbow to the knee. And before you start twisting too much, we're just trying to consider the head over the heart over the pelvis, finding that length in the spine and that twist in the exhale. Last breath here. Softness in the jaw. Gradually releasing here. Bring the legs back round. Just have a little roll of the shoulders whilst we're here. Just a few moments. Releasing anything there. From this position, we're going to come over into tabletop position. So we're coming onto the knees, onto the hands. If you like to have a blanket under the knees, please go ahead. I'll do this position from the side. So it's easy for you to see. We've got roughly wrists beneath shoulders. Take a moment here in this tabletop position. Consider that head over heart over pelvis, that length coming through crown to the base of the spine. Consider that first. Consider pushing down through fingertips slightly, engaging the arms. And from here we're going to work into the cat-cows. Work at your own pace here. We're inhaling the cow, tucking the tailbone out, lifting the chest, the head, dropping the belly, and with the exhale, gradually, just taking it into that cat position, arching the spine. You don't need to go full throttle here, just gradually waking up the spine, feeling the vertebrae starting to flex and move. With that cat position, you'll gradually start noticing the tailbone tucking, a stretch through the upper arms and armpit. And with that cow position, you'll start to notice more of a stretch through the upper back, lower back. So taking it to the furthest point that feels good for you today. Before we go down into your child's pose. So we're going down, taking the bottom all the way down towards the heels, wherever they land, wherever the bottom lands. Taking the hands out in front, we lower the forehead down towards the mat. Please stay there. And we're just going to breathe here in this beautiful child's pose for a few moments. Coming back to that even inhale and exhale. Noticing the change here with the breath, this new position, the restriction. Maybe consider taking it to the lower back, the breath. And again, softening where you can find it, softening down through the shoulders, softening down through the belly and the back and the hips and the knees, the jaw and the forehead, completely softening down here into this beautiful posture, this nourishing posture. And here's a really nice opportunity to set yourself an intention in your child's pose to yourself. Could be an intention of kindness towards yourself or gratitude for something in particular. Could be an intention for this practice or the rest of your day. So consider what that intention might be for you. Breathe it into the body, in your child's pose. And then finishing the last breath in the child's pose. See what happens if you leave the hands where they are. We rise up back into the tabletop position, this time tucking the toes under, and then we'll gradually start lifting the knees up. So we're pushing the knees up, take your time here, gradually taking the knees up, taking the bottom back, feeling that length in the spine. If you're feeling good here, now's the time to gradually start bringing the heels down towards the mat. Lengthen the legs as well as the spine now. So we call this downward dog, or you could call it mountain pose, because it looks like a mountain from the side. Think about the shoulders, rotating the elbows inwards. And then from this downward dog posture, have a little play. Enjoy a little pedal through, finding a little bit more space there. And then from here, we're going to step to the front. So we'll start with the right side, the right leg coming up towards the sky, three-legged dog, find that. Looking forward, where do you want this foot to land? Bring it right through, step it forward. If you're taking a moment to get to that lunge, take your time, bring the leg forward however you need to, or you can always just step forward. So we've come into that forward lunge. Enjoy this for a moment. Breathe into it. Gently pushing back in that left heel, so pushing away with that, pushing down into the right foot here, so you're feeling that engagement. Then from here, we're going to be bringing that back foot forward. Use the hands to support you, don't put all the weight into that right knee. So use the hands to support you as you bring that left foot forward. We're in a deep, deep, deep forward fold now. Find that forward fold. We're hinging from the hips all the way forward. You're going to have a bit of a bend in the knees to begin with. Protect the back. If you've done this
movement before today, you might find a bit more straightness here. But just be kind to yourself, thinking about the weight coming into the toes, the head's loose, maybe a shake of the head or side to side, front to back. Noticing the restriction with the breath. From here, we're going to inhale a halfway lift. So this halfway lift, we'll work with these kind of aeroplane arms here today, working with the triceps, so engaging the triceps. The legs are straight, the back is straight, head over heart, over pelvis once more. Feel the stretch between the crown and the base of the spine. Next exhale, we'll take it back down. All the way down, releasing it down. From here, we're going to work upwards, so pushing into all four corners of the feet, gradually tucking the spine, unfurling, gradually lifting up. I'm going to come and face you now. So we're reaching up. You can almost imagine somebody pulling hold of those wrists, pulling hold of the ankles, pulling the two apart. That lovely big stretch there. And then from here, we're going to have the last inhale before we exhale the arms down to the side. That's beautiful. From here, we're going to step forward into warrior one position. So we worked with the right leg when we stepped forward into the lunge. We're going to work with the right foot to step forward into this high lunge or this warrior one position. The heart is shining forward. The foot goes in the direction of the knee. And we're mindful of this knee being above the ankle, not going over the toes. Feeling it from the arches of the feet all the way up. You are a warrior. Feel the strength of this position. Shoulders are soft and back. We're inhaling the arms up towards the sky. Find your balance here. You can maybe imagine holding a big beach ball in the hands. You've got 2 more breaths here. Keep it even, keep it calm. Trying to bring the arms next to the ears. From this lovely warrior one, we take it straight through into warrior two position. Bring those arms down, adjust the legs. Make any adjustments you need to. Keep it even here, even breaths. We've got 4 breaths in this warrior two position. Focusing down, central finger, hands at shoulder height. Imagine the body between 2 panes, so you're keeping that alignment. Pushing down through the feet, engaging up through the legs. This is strong, you are strong. Finishing off your breaths here. And then from here, we're going to reverse it. We're going to scoop from the front and take it all the way over the top. Be careful here, don't overstretch. Take it to where it feels comfortable. You're going to feel that lovely stretch down the side of the torso, into the armpit. Be mindful, if you can, looking upwards. Careful with that left hand that it's not pushing into the leg too much. Nice and even here. 2 more breaths. Keeping the legs engaged. From here, we're going to exhale back down. We take the extended side angle. So we're extending forward over that right knee. So it's bit of a resting place in this position, and then that left hand sweeps over the top. We bring the arm towards the ear, if that feels comfortable, or to wherever feels comfortable for you. Be kind to yourself. Find that position. You've got 3 more breaths here. Well done, you're doing really well. Okay, from here, we're going to release that arm down. We're coming back up. We'll heel toe together today and come back to the center. Palms together, palms outwards. Mountain pose here. Coming back to the breath. You can close the eyes if it feels good for you. And here is a check-in point. Check in with the alignment. Check in with the sensations of the body. Check in with the breath. And checking in with the mind. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to move into our warriors on the opposite side. This time I will demonstrate from the side position to support you. So you're going to be stepping forward this time with the left foot. So oh, my apologies, I skipped a bit. We're not quite there yet. So from here, we're going to inhale all the way up to the top, reaching up, and then we exhale all the way down, swan dive down into that forward fold. So find your forward fold once more. See if you can find a little bit more straightness here. A little bit more straightness in the legs. If not, keep the knees bent, supporting the spine. Weight towards the front of the toes. Okay, we're inhaling halfway lift. Inhaling. And then with your next breath, we're going to exhale back down, keeping the face to the earth. And when you're ready, taking it back down. Shake it out. And then from here, we're going to work into downward dog. So find your downward dog here. Once more, enjoy a bit of a pedal through. So enjoying the sensation of the stretch through the backs of the legs, the knees, the calves, the hamstrings. Being kind to yourself. Maybe working over the toe box area. From this downward dog, we work into plank of your choice. If you need to, you move the hands forward. Do what you need to do. We're going to work into plank now. So we're coming into plank of your choice, doming the shoulders, keeping the face down if possible. The heels working towards the back of the mat. Pushing through the hands. This is strong. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. When we're there, we gradually lower the knees down if they're not down already. And then from here, I'm just going to arch back so you can see me. We're going to lower all the way down now. So use the strength of the arms, the core muscles to gradually come down to the earth. Forehead meets the earth here. So your forehead is in full contact with the mat here. Allow everything to soften just for a moment. So the full body, front body in contact with the mat.
Even breath. Feeling the difference with the breath, the restriction of the floor against the belly. How does that feel? So from here, we're going to be coming into mini cobra. So mini cobra will be optional for you. You'll be lifting as far as feels good for you. So you're keeping the eyes down, making sure there's not too much impingement in the lower spine. If there's any at all, keep it low. Even breath. After your next inhale, we'll exhale back down. And then from this laying down position, I'm going to show you from the side. So I'm coming round to show you from the side. We're going to gradually push ourselves back up here. So we're pushing up and through, gradually, making your way into what's known as a temporary child's pose. So you just can take that just for a moment. Forehead to the earth, same as we were before, but we're not quite going as deep this time. And then from there we come all the way up into downward dog and enjoy that pedal one last time. Noticing if there's any differences now from when you first began with the downward dog. This time the left leg comes up to the sky. Three-legged dog, looking forward. Where are you going to go? You're either working with this or you're stepping to the top of the mat. From here, we step this foot forward. Find your lunge position and enjoy the lunge for a few moments, making any alterations, bringing the heel backwards, pushing down through the front foot. And then we gradually going to use the hands as our supports. We're going to bring that back foot forward. We're in a deep forward fold here. From our forward fold, we work into the halfway lift. Find your halfway lift. One more inhale before we exhale back down. Exhale it down. Keep the bend in the knees if you need, or you might be feeling a bit more flexible now. Rising up towards the sky, pushing through both feet, unfurling the spine, finding that length all the way up to the top. Keeping the hands up in the sky. So feel that breath just for a few moments, enjoying that reach. I'm going to be demonstrating this from the side as I cued before. One more inhale up and we'll exhale down to the sides. Take a moment, come into the breath. Grounding down through the feet. This time, the left foot comes forward. Find your position, feeling strong, all the way from those feet, from the arches. The heart shining forward. The hands come up to the sky, a big ball in the hands. We've got 4 breaths here. Engaging up through the legs, bringing the arms up, softness in the shoulders, even breath. When you've completed the 4 breaths, we go straight into Warrior 2. Warrior 2, you might need to pivot that back foot. We find even arms, looking down through central finger. 3 more breaths here.
You are strong, you're a warrior. You can do this. The next inhale, we're going to scoop it all the way over. Exhaling as you recline back, reverse warrior. Softening into this position the best way you can. 2 more breaths. Looking up if it feels good. And just remembering not to overstretch it. Before we take it back over, and we're coming into that extended side angle. So we're reaching forward, that right hand comes over the top. Maybe find the upper arm against the ear, but just see what feels good for you. There's no forcing the body here. We're being kind and gentle. 2 more breaths here. And then gradually, we're really settled that. Heel toe together. Coming back to your mat. You'll probably be at the top of the mat now. And now's a great time to close the eyes. Check in just for a moment. Even breath. Mind, body, and breath. So from here, we're going to work into the chair pose, and then we'll work into the tree pose. So we're bending the knees, inhale up, and then exhale down into your chair pose. You'll either have the arms next to the ears, or you might even want to bring the palms close to the heart. Bringing the weight a little bit further back so you can really feel it in those thighs. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Let's inhale it up. And exhale it down. I hope I've got time to finish this with you also. I'll just guide to the next pose, the tree pose, starting with the kickstand. Find your balance, find a single point of focus. And then take the leg to wherever, the foot to wherever feels good, not onto the knee. Find that position. So I'm going to actually ask you to, you might need to pause here if you want to work with the tree a bit longer today. And when you do come down, just gradually allow that to come down. Have a little release of the hips. Anything you need to do, wiggle wobble, wiggle wobble. Shake it out, shake it out. So you will be working with both sides with the tree pose. So just to guide that very quickly, you can pause it like I said. Bringing the heel into the kickstand. Find the position that feels good. And of course, you're welcome to start having a play here. Where do you want the arms to be? Where feels good for you? Working with your balance. So take yourself to where you want to go with the tree. Of course, when you're finished, have a good release there, wiggle wobble. And from there, we're going to come down onto the mat. So coming down, try to come down without using the hands if you can. And we are gradually coming down vertebrae by vertebrae to the mat. The head, the base of the skull, will be the last to meet the earth. And from here, we're going to work into bridge pose. So bring the heels a little bit further up up towards the bottom. They don't need to touch the bottom. You'll find your space when you get there. We're putting all four corners of the feet into the earth, pushing into all four corners. And then gradually, you'll start to find that lift up through the pelvis. Take it as far as you can. Feel the chest coming into the chin. Pushing through the feet. And you can imagine a ball between the knees. So we're keeping the breath nice and even here. And then when you've found your finishing point, you'll super gradually take vertebrae by vertebrae down to the mat. The tailbone will meet the mat at the end. And to finish, we're going to bring the arms wide, bring the knees in, and we'll just allow the knees to drop down. We can start with whichever side, but left side, allow the knees to drop down, the head goes to the right side. So I'm just going to get up, but you stay where you are. So this is the part of the session where you can really start to relax down into the space. Maybe extending the exhale of your breath. And then from there, super carefully, bring those knees back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Make sure you feel aligned here. Before you allow the knees to drop down to the opposite side, the right side if you were following me. Very lovely, subtle twist in the spine, lovely release through the body, remembering to extend the exhale here. So we've got one last breath here. Lovely. So we'll gradually bring the knees back to the chest. You might want to give yourself a big hug over the knees, a big squeeze. Any other optional movement. And then we work into the Shavasana. So Shavasana, as you know, just be finding a super comfortable position here. Make any micro adjustments that you need to before you go into your Savasana. And then when you're in your Savasana, now's the time to just allow all that hard work to soften into the body. Now's the time to release any control over the breath. Over the muscles and bones, we let that all go. The skin and everything within is now soft. The breath breathes the body. Listening for the furthest sound that you can hear. And then
any sounds you can hear within the room, the space that you are in. And then we go deeper, we listen for the sounds within your own body. Is there anywhere else that you can soften in the body? The jaw, the forehead, the shoulders and the belly, the hips, the knees, the ankles and the feet. I would really love you to spend some time here and use this opportunity to surrender down and enjoy this moment that you've created for yourself. So I'm going to be saying goodbye now, but please stay there as long as you feel you need to. This is the really, really deep work, the important part of yoga. So do what you need to. If you fall asleep, enjoy that. And I look forward to seeing you in class soon. Okay, thanks, bye.